everybody, it's Sam, just bringing you the flow that I would do on Thursdays at 5:30 at Main Street Yoga. It is a warm flow class. I think regardless of whether you're in a heated room or not, you will build heat with this practice, but hey, yeah, if you're feeling brave, crank up the heat and see how it goes. Take rest breaks and water breaks, and yeah, just enjoy yourself, breathe, and move. So this evening, we'll start in Thunderbolt or Hero's Pose. So Thunderbolt, it's a little more accessible to everybody. So you're just sitting on top of your legs here. They're folded back. Now Hero's Pose, you've got space here between, and you can sink back and sit between your legs. I just don't find it that comfortable, so I will start in Hero's Pose. You can also do Hero's Pose or Thunderbolt. I'm going to start in Thunderbolt. You can sit on a block in either one of them, actually, and it's pretty enjoyable. So if you want to pick a spot to settle in, and once again, if neither one of these feels great, then just sit in some sort of way that feels good to you. And you can just rest your hands, one hand in the palm of the other. And you can close your eyes. You can just begin to breathe here. I always like to give, at the beginning of class, a little extra time for you to arrive to being here in this present moment. We may not be go, 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 leaving the house at this point in life, but there's certainly a lot of adjusting to do, and our attention can be pulled in many different directions, and home may not feel kind of like the restful space or the place where you go to get away from work. So it's just good to find time to take a moment for yourself, step away from the learning, the kids, whatever else needs to happen, and do something for you. With that being said, you can reflect back upon your day, noticing the events that have transpired, but not becoming too attached to them, not identifying with them. They're just simply things that have happened. When you're done reflecting, you can come back to here and now. And you can begin to take your attention to your breath, even doing a quick scan of the physical body first if you'd like. But you don't have to change your breath just yet. Just notice it and watch it. Maybe you have a little mantra or a saying, or just something that you feel you need, whether it be wisdom, peace, strength, something. As you inhale, you can say that word, drawing that in. And then as you exhale, maybe you let go of things that don't serve you, things that are a hindrance to you. If you'd like, you can practice Ujjayi breathing throughout the practice. It's just simply constricting the back of the throat. It'll make a slight audible noise, sounds like ocean waves. It's called victorious breath or ocean breath. And by practicing this breathing technique while you move through your asana, it strengthens your polyvagal tone and helps you become more resilient in certain situations where you may feel triggered and shut down or kind of freeze. So it's a nice technique that you can use in these trying times. If you feel ready to move a little bit, you may want to stretch out the bottoms of the feet so you can kind of lift up. You can't really see because of my dog. There There you go. So before I had the feet flat, but now the feet are tucked, my toes are tucked rather, and I'm just kind of standing up. This will stretch the bottoms of the feet and the toes. I don't find it enjoyable to stay here for very long. You may, but when it no longer becomes enjoyable to you, simply untuck and come back down if you're still in this position. So you can just take some neck rolls here, maybe dropping right ear to right shoulder, then rolling the neck and the chest across, and then back again. See, I'm already tapped out with the toes. Moving back again. Another motion, if this isn't satisfying to you, you can look over the left shoulder, look over the right shoulder. And then you can even tilt the head up and down and back, rather. So chin coming toward the chest, feeling a nice little extension and a stretch along the back of the neck here. Then you can drop the head toward the back if that feels good. And if you feel like you're ready to move your arms, you can inhale the arms up overhead. And then just exhale them back down. You can inhale the arms back up again. Maybe this time exhaling goalpost or cactus arms. You can inhale the arms up again. And then maybe this time, left hand grabs the right wrist. Then you can lean over to your left, kind of stretching up the outside of the right body. Next breath, you can come back up, release your wrists, maybe roll the wrists a little bit. And then right hand grabs the left wrist, rolling over. Next breath, you can come back up. And then you can exhale the hands in front of you on the mat and come to a tabletop position here. So in your tabletop, we'll just move through some cat-cows here. So when you're ready, you can inhale, letting the belly drop toward the mat. Head tilts up slightly. Exhaling and rounding the back, chin comes toward the chest to your cat. And then just move through these two movements with your own breath at your own pace. These movements can be as short or as long as you like. And I always say that if there's somewhere, like if you've been doing a lot of strenuous ab work or you just haven't kind of stretched your belly out, gosh, staying here and breathing might feel good. So if your cow or your cat makes you feel really good and you just want to stretch and move here for a minute, just keep breathing and do that. You've got to learn what your body wants and what it needs and give it to it. Maybe just one more cat, or cow and cat rather. And then you can just come back to a neutral tabletop here. We'll thread the needle, which I'm going to have to move my trusty dog out of the way here a little bit. So to thread the needle, you can inhale your right arm up, out to the right side. And as you exhale, you can swing that arm under the left, and it'll come out to the side. So you can rest the top of your arm, your deltoid, and then if it feels good, you can bring your right temple to the mat. This left arm can stay lifted. You can reach it out in front. And then this right palm that's on the mat, it can be up. The palm can be up and open to the ceiling if you like. or it can be down toward the floor. With this left arm, you can also lift it and kind of bind and reach for that right thigh behind you. If you'd like to take a little more of a twist and a little bit of an opening along this left arm. On your next breath, you can bring that left arm back down to the mat. Inhale or exhale and push up. Coming back to your tabletop. And then when you're ready, you can inhale that left arm out to the side, sweeping it through. And then remember, the right arm can stay where it's at. You can reach out to the front, or you can bring it up and around and kind of reach toward your left thigh. On your next breath, you can bring that right arm back to the mat if it's not already there. And then push up, coming back to your tabletop. So we'll take a little bit of an extension here just to kind of warm everything up. So you can lift your right arm and your left leg. And you can stay here. This is a balance. You're working on things. This is great. You can also try to take your right arm out to the right side and your left leg out to the left side, and then come back. Maybe once again. Exhale back. Inhaling out one more time. Exhaling back. One breath here, and then exhale back down to your tabletop. And you can certainly kind of shift the hips side to side. That's balance, core strength. It's working those the hip muscles there, strengthening all of that goodness. So when you're ready, you can lift the left arm, right leg. When you're ready, right leg goes to the right side, left arm to the left side. Inhale or exhale back. Next breath out to the side. Inhaling back. Exhaling back out to the side. And then inhaling back. A breath here. Then exhale back down to tabletop. Once again, you can move those hips side to side. Even allowing the shoulders, kind of doing some shoulder rolling here. And then we'll just take a nice little stretch here. So you can stay in your tabletop, keep your knees and your hips where they're at, and then just walk the arms out away from you a little bit. This is puppy pose or melting heart. So you can bring the forehead to a mat or the block and leave the back kind of straight like this. This just feels like a nice stretch in the back. If you would like to kind of do a little bit of back bending here, you can let the chest come to the mat, kind of letting the dip come in the back there, and then bring the forehead down. And then if you'd like to do a little more, you can bring the chin to the mat. There is no right or wrong place to be here. It's just kind of what your body's craving and what you want. On your next breath, you can lift up and come back to your tabletop and then make your way to your first down dog. As usual, when you get to your first down dog, take any movement you need, walking your dog, bending one knee then the other. You can step your legs out wide. Let the neck and the head hang. You can shake it yes, shake it no. And even bending both knees gives a nice sensation of the hips really being pushed up to the ceiling. And then when you're ready on your next inhale, you can come up on the toes. As you exhale, you can walk your feet to your hands to come to your first forward fold. Knees are probably bent here at first. That's a nice thing to do. The legs don't have to be touching. You can spread them apart a little ways. You can also take a ragdoll if you like, grabbing opposite elbows. You can have movement here, or you can just stay stationary and hang. As you move through the practice, you may find that in a forward fold, you're able to straighten your legs, or you may not. You may find that you always keep your knees bent, and that's fine. They never have to be straight. When you're ready, we'll inhale and come to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms up, overhead, extend the mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms up, overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms up, overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms up, overhead, extend the mountain, nice tall spine. And then you can bring the hands together, exhale, the hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up, overhead, extend the mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Then you can exhale, hands come to the mat. Step your right leg back and lower your right knee to the mat for a low lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale your hands to the knees, to the hips, or the arms can come up overhead. Exhale the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes. We'll inhale, step back to plank. And then when you're ready, you can exhale and lower down to the mat. We'll inhale to cobra. Don't have to go super high at first. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Inhale, up to plank. Then exhale the hips up and back to down dog. Inhale the right leg up behind you. As you exhale, right foot comes through to the hands. Lower your left knee to the mat for a low lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes. We'll inhale. Step your left foot up to your right for your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms up overhead, extend the mountain. And then exhale the hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Step your left leg behind you. Lower your left knee to the mat for a low lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale your hands to the knees, to the hips, or the arms can come up overhead. Exhale the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes. We'll inhale. Step your right leg back for plank. When you're ready, you can exhale and lower down to the mat. We'll inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Inhale up to plank. Then exhale back to down dog. When you're ready, you can inhale your left leg up behind you. As you exhale, left foot comes through to the hands. Lower your right knee to the mat for a low lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes. We'll inhale. Step your right foot up to your left to come to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms up overhead, extend the mountain. And exhale the hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up overhead, extend the mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Step your right leg behind you. Lower your right knee to the mat for a low lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms up overhead. We'll take a little twist here. So as you exhale, you can twist over to the left. And you can keep your arms up like this. You can let your arms come out to the side. You can even bring right hand to that left thigh. You could keep the left arm out, or you could bring it to the low back. So whatever feels good for you here. Just doing some twisting. We'll inhale, come back up to center, and exhale, the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes, inhale, step your left foot back to plank. And then we're here in this high plank. Let's just do a little bit of kind of core strengthening here. So you can lift right leg up, left leg up, right leg up, left leg up, right leg up, left leg up, and that's enough of that. So exhale, lower down to the mat. And then we'll inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Inhale, push up to plank. Then exhale, back to down dog. You can inhale your right leg up behind you. As you exhale, right foot comes through to the hands. Lower your left leg to the mat for a low lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes. Inhale and step up to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms up, overhead, extend the mountain. And exhale the hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up, overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Step your left leg behind you. Lower your left knee to the mat for a low lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms up. And then we'll take that twist again. So you go to the right this time. So remember, you can keep the arms up. Bring the arms out to the sides. Or left hand can come to the right knee. And then you can bring that right hand to the low back if you like this version here. On your next breath, you can inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, the hands come down to the mat. Curl your back toes. We'll inhale, step back to plank. And then this time, we lifted our legs up last time. So this time, let's step right leg out to the side, left toes out to the side, right toes out to the side, left toes out to the side, right toes out to the side, left toes out to the side. And then finally, exhale, lower down to the mat. We'll inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Inhale, push up to plank. And then exhale, back to down dog. Inhale your left leg up behind you. As you exhale, left foot comes through to the hands. Lower your right knee to the mat for a low lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms up. And then exhale the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes. Inhale and step up to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms up overhead. And then exhale the hands to heart center. And now just pause here for a minute. You've gone through a couple of sun salutations here. And you should be feeling a little warm because I'm feeling a little warm. Captain's trying to air out because he's definitely feeling a little warm. So we'll go through a few more sun salutations and we're just going to throw some extra fun things in there. So when you're ready, you can keep the hands at heart center. We'll inhale the arms up overhead, and then exhale, forward fold. So here in your forward fold, we're going to take a little twist. So you can bend your right knee, keep your right hand on the mat or a block, and then when you inhale the left leg straight, you can twist open to the left. That left arm can come up, and you can look up at that arm, or you can look down at the mat. You can also kind of take a little bind here, like we did in that thread the needle. So you can reach the left arm back for the right thigh. You could even drop the right ear kind of to that right shoulder, and that arm can come up. You might just notice a little extra space and stretch in the neck. When you're ready, you can exhale that hand back down to the mat. We'll inhale and come to your flat back or your halfway lift. You can exhale the hands down to the mat. So we're going to switch it and do it in a little bit opposite order this time. So you're going to exhale your left leg back, lower your left knee to the mat for your low lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms up, and then you can exhale the hands to the mat. So bring the hands to the inside of the right foot. You may have to kind of heel toe that right foot out. Your back knee is dropped here. This is a new pose in itself. It's called lizard pose. So you can keep this back knee dropped. Some people will actually curl the toes and kind of scoot the back leg out. And then as you can see, I've got my arms in line here with my front right leg. So you can stay here. You could rest your forearms on a block. Some people will come down onto their forearms on the mat. You can also stay up here with your hands on the mat. The back knee is still dropped. You can point your right toes out at about a 45-degree angle. And then you could even flex the foot and come up onto the pinky toe edge of that foot. You can take the left hand kind of out to the side off the mat and you can twist. I'm not pushing my right leg out, I'm just simply resting my hand on that right knee. You also don't have to have that foot lifted up at all to do this. It can be planted firmly on the mat, and you can twist. You can also get a little bit of a quad stretch here. So you can lift that left leg up, you can bend that left knee, and then reach back with the right hand, kind of grabbing those toes. It's pretty intense, so take it easy. A strap would be really cool here to put around that foot. So you can let go of that and come back here to your lizard. So what we're going to do now, we're going to make it. You're going to be able to do this. Your right leg is bent. Your left leg is straight. You're going to walk your hands in the middle, kind of toward the left foot. Drop your left foot onto the big toe side of that foot. And then push up, lift that knee up. We're coming into a bit of like a half squat here. So your right knee will bend again, and your left leg will stay straight. So, bear's kind of getting in the way here. There, honey. There we go. So, the left toes may point straight up in the sky. Some people like to put this foot down, and the toes will kind of point out away from you. My right heel does not drop to the mat, it stays up. So there are some different things you can do here. You could stay kind of in the center, stretching like this. From here, you can also try to come up and balance. And then you may make it a little trickier by lifting that back foot off as well so you don't have all that surface. You can also put that back foot down, or we'll leave the toes up, and then you can walk the hands around. You're kind of framing your left leg, and you may bend down a little bit. It gives you a nice stretch up here, high in the hamstring. So just a lot of different options here. And you also don't have to stay down this low. If this is cranky on your knee, you could come up and just kind of squat this way. You could still kind of bend and stretch over that right leg if you like. But for those of us that are low, guess what? We're going to come into a wide leg forward fold anyway. So just push up, and you can, take the legs a little wider if you need. The toes can point out to the sides, and then you can just kind of drop in. You can also bend the knees too, that's cool. And then some people like to do forearms on the mat. You can reach the arms out away from you. You can also reach the arms through. Shake the head and the neck here. And then you can come to a bit of a halfway lift here. So hands are on the mat or on blocks if you need. And then your back's kind of flat here. So now walk your hands out a little ways from you. You're in kind of an abbreviated downward dog. The legs are wide and the arms are in kind of close. So it's cool, it's kind of nice. And then we're going to take a little twist here. So you might want to walk your hands in a little more. You can keep your right hand on the mat or on the floor. And then the left hand will reach to somewhere on the right leg. You can stay here like this. You can also twist up and over. Once again, breathing, breathing, breathing. And then you can also kind of do it like this. You could bring both hands kind of around the back of that leg and bring the head toward the leg. Bring your left hand to the mat though. We're going to kind of get back to where we started. Left hand's on the mat. Point both toes toward the front and lower that back knee. Look at this, we're back where we started. So keep the left hand on the mat, and then you can just raise that right arm up just for this nice little twist here. All right, then you can exhale that right hand back down to the mat. You can inhale and step back to plank. When you're ready, you can exhale and lower down to the mat. We'll inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Inhale up to plank. Then exhale back to down dog. We'll inhale the left leg up behind. Exhale that left foot through the hands. Drop your right knee to the mat for the lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms up overhead. Then exhale the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes. Inhale and step up to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms up overhead. Then exhale the hands to heart center. And I'm just going to turn to the back of my mat so that I don't have my back to you when we're doing all of the rest of this stuff. But you don't have to flip your view at all. You can inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, hands come to the mat. Step your right leg behind you. Lower your right knee to the mat for a little lunge. Oh, I forgot our twist. We'll do that at the end. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms up overhead. And then exhale both hands to the inside of that left leg. Once again, set up for this however you feel like you need to. And then you're here in your nice lizard. This was never one of my favorite poses. It really still isn't one of my favorite poses, but hey, If it's not one of your favorites, it's probably what you need. It's probably good for you. So remember the variations you can take. You can point the left toes out at a 45-degree angle. You can flex that foot and then lift up into the pinky side. Take a little twist if you like. You can also twist with your foot planted firmly on the mat. You can also try that quad stretch if you like. So bending the knee, reaching back with the left hand. Woo, doggy. Captain is not impressed. All right, so you can let go of that quad stretch if you've got it. So now we're going to switch to that half squat. So walking the hands toward the middle, then we're shifting onto the inside of that right foot and then kind of readjusting here. So like I said, your foot may kind of, you might put the sole of the foot on the mat, pointing the toes forward, or you may point the toes up. If you want to try to balance, sometimes having the whole foot on the mat is helpful, gives you just a little more of an edge to balance, and really pushing through the little toe side of that foot really helps to ground and keep you upright here. And then maybe for a little extra challenge, you try lifting that foot up. Ooh, yeah, my arms are totally, I meant to do this. Yeah, not helping keep me up at all. So then you can also keep that foot up, and then you can bring the legs or the arms over framing that right leg. You can bend down. So once again, just listening to your body, trying different things out, noticing all the different sensations that you might find on your way to a certain stretch, and kind of giving them a chance. So we'll shift to that wide leg forward fold next. So when you're ready, you can kind of push up into both legs. You can take them a little wider if need be. Toes kind of pointed out to the sides of the mat. And then remember, the legs can be straight. Try not to lock them out. That just puts a lot of extra pressure and stress on those knees. So having some sort of a little bend is always nice, but you can also bend them more as well and kind of rest on the forearms. Or you can straighten them and rest on the forearms. You can also reach those arms back through. So you can bring the hands through, and we'll come to a halfway lift here, and then we'll twist to the other side. So we'll do, so we'll do right hand to the left leg this time. And then you can bring that arm up if you like. You can also keep it down on the mat. And then remember, you can bring that left arm behind the left leg and maybe bring the head closer. But don't force anything. That's kind of an extreme stretch. So then you can kind of walk the hands back around toward that left side of the foot. Then you can lower that right knee, right hands on the mat, and you can inhale and twist. Exhale, you can bring that hand back down to the mat. Inhale and step back to plank. And then when you're ready, exhale and lower down to the mat. We'll inhale to cobra. Exhale all the way down to the mat. Inhale and push up to plank. And then exhale back to down dog. You can inhale your right leg up behind you. As you exhale, right foot comes through the hands. Lower your left knee to the mat for a low lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes. We'll inhale, step up to halfway lift. And then we'll exhale, forward fold. And we'll do that twist that I, forgot to do at the beginning of this sun salutation. So right leg stays straight, left knee's bent, left hand comes to the mat or a block. And you can inhale, twisting open to the right. And just remember this right arm can stay up. You can also wrap it around to the left thigh. And then you can look down to the mat or back up. On your next breath, come back to your forward fold. And then we'll inhale the arms up overhead, extend them out. Exhale the hands to heart center. Cool, you made it. So we'll just do some balancing here, and then we'll kind of start making our way down toward the mat. So balance today. I have us moving through an eagle and a crescent lunge. Because eagle is kind of tricky in its own right, and crescent is a balance. So if you're, I'll step out. So if you kind of line your feet up like you're on a balance beam, it's a little trickier. If you take that left foot out to one side of the mat and the right foot out to the other, it'll make it a little less tricky. You're still balancing, however. So remember, balance beam as opposed to skis, it's just a little different. It's a little different flavor. So for your eagle, let's do right leg as our sturdy leg first. You can cross that left leg over. It might wrap around and it might not. Mine really doesn't. You can, I'm already falling out. So you can bring the arms out to a T. You could keep the hands at heart center if you like, but if you want to, take it up a notch and come into the fullest expression, I guess, if you will, of eagle. Arms are out to the sides. You'll cross your right arm over your left. Wrap up the palms of the hands or the backs of the hands, whatever touches. And then if you want a little extra shoulder stretch here, you can inhale the arms up, push the hands out away from you, and then roll the shoulders down the back. Just gives you a little bit more of a shoulder stretch. You can try to touch the elbows to the knees. You're probably like, oh my gosh, when is the crescent lunge coming? Well, it's coming now. So what you'll do, you can unwrap your arms, bring them up, and then step your left leg out in front of you. Woo, woo, wobble, wobble, to come into your crescent lunge. So you're lunging here, you're nice and strong. You might be like, whatever, Sam, this is nothing. So make sure your shoulders aren't up in your ears, maybe roll them down the back a little bit. Now here, folks, is where we're going to kick it up a notch. So you are going to keep your right leg as your sturdy leg. You're going to step back and try to come back in to your eagle pose. What? You're going to do it though. It's going to be great. Even if it doesn't happen, it'll happen. So when you're ready, you're going to kind of lean forward a little bit and then spring, push off of that left leg, wrap it back around. You can do the arms again if you like. Remember, right arm over left. You're here, you're balancing, it's great. Is it great? It's great. And now this time, you're gonna step back into a crescent lunge. So you can take the arms out, left leg steps back for your crescent lunge. If you really wanted to have some fun and maybe burn your front quadricep, your right quadricep, you could launch out, to half moon. No, that really wasn't what I had in my mind. Just warrior 3. So, but you also don't have to do that at all because it wasn't in my notebook. So when you're ready, you might want to get a drink or, you can spin and shake it out. So when you're ready, we can try that on the other side. So left leg is your sturdy leg. When you're ready, right leg crosses over to wherever. Oops, and you might fall out already. It's cool. You may never get to eagle pose today. I don't know. So you're here. You're facing my ditch. So arms will come out. Left arm over right. You can wrap it all up. You can try to bend for that crouching eagle. Woo, 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 woo. When you're ready, bring the arms up. Right foot steps out to come to your crescent lunge. Up on the ball of that back foot. And then when you're ready, weight in the front leg, push back. Wrap it around. Woo, 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 woo. And see all these little like almost fallings. These are like great work for your balancing, all these tiny little muscles. Then when you're ready, I didn't even lower my arms this time. Whatever. So when you're ready, you can step back. I'm going to hit the wall if I don't go at an angle to your crescent lunge. Then when you're ready, you can just come back up. You made it. I knew you would. So let's bring it on down because you did a lot of nice work today. So we're going to squat because whether you knew it or not, and everybody who takes my class is like, oh my God, she's saying it again, but it's true. So whether you knew it or not, you wanted to squat today. So squatting. The farther apart the feet are, the easier it will be to squat down and be able to keep your chest up. That being said, you may take them apart a good ways and then be like, oh, I need to scoot them back in. That's cool. So you can kind of lower down. And some people's heels don't touch the mat. Some people's heels stay up in a squat. So what I'm talking about here, staying up, is that I don't want you like kind of leaning forward here and squatting. You're still getting a nice hip stretch, but you'll strengthen your core as well as stretch your hips if you can keep your shoulders up. Now you can certainly forward fold here and kind of do a little stretch. But also, it's nice to stay up. And then there's really like no graceful way to do this, so you just have to do it. You're just gonna like drop it down and come back out. See how I worked in a little extra core work there, knowing that when you drop, you'll come into like a low goat almost. Tricky. So we'll do a little twist here. So you can bring left leg straight out, right foot on the mat, and the knees bent. You can put the right hand on the mat, and you can inhale the arm up if you'd like, but then you can exhale, and then just kind of arm comes to the thigh, and you can twist. Remember when we twist, base of the spine up. On your next breath, you can come through and twist the other direction. And then you can drop that right leg toward the mat. You can inhale the arms up, exhale, folding forward toward that left leg. Never like forcing yourself to like get your head on your leg. That's really like not the point of this at all. The point of this is to feel a nice stretch up the back of your left leg on this side. On your next breath, you can walk up, you can straighten that right leg, bend the left. We'll put the left hand on the mat. You can inhale that right arm up if you like. Exhale, twist to the left. This is a different twist. It's one that I forget about a lot, but it's a nice twist. On your next breath, you can come through and twist the other direction if you like. Then you can drop that left leg down to the mat. You can inhale the arms up. And exhale, folding forward. On your next breath, you can come back up. And then you can lay down on your back. You've made it to the happy times in class. What I will ask before you settle into Shavasana is just maybe do some sort of little bridge or a wheel here, just to kind of settle in. So if you're unfamiliar with bridge, you start in this position right here. Knees are bent, feet are on the mat, the palms are down, the arms are out to the side along the body. And then as you inhale or exhale, just kind of push the hips up toward the ceiling. You can clasp the arms underneath and then kind of walk up onto the shoulders here. And then a wheel is just a back bend. So arms come by the shoulders, and on an inhale and exhale, you push up. A lot of weight goes into the legs here. Just taking care when you come down out of that wheel. And you can stay as long as you like. And then after you do that bit of back bending there, maybe bringing the knees into the chest would feel good. And then you can settle in for your Shavasana, which Captain, or Bear, as I so lovingly named his head move, he has been taking an extended Shavasana, which is perfectly fine. So when you come into your Shavasana, just feeling nice and relaxed here and fully supported, not straining or trying to relax. You can place the hands anywhere you want along the body. Just taking care to check and make sure that you're not holding on to any extra tension anywhere in the body. Especially in the face, the jaw, making sure the tongue is kind of resting down and not pushed up against the roof of your mouth. You can cover yourself up with a blanket if you'd like. If you're in the studio, I could do it for you. You could also put a rolled up blanket under your knees if you don't have a nice pillow or a bolster. You could also put one under your neck if you like. And then you can just watch your breath here. If you were breathing an Ujjayi breath throughout the practice, you can certainly let that go now and just let the breath rise and fall naturally. And maybe another way you can watch your breath here and keep yourself kind of focused and in the present is to come back to that mantra if you had one in the beginning of class. So maybe inhaling something that you would like to have here now. So maybe inhaling strength or peace or health or sanity, happiness or joy. So saying that word to yourself as you inhale. And then maybe as you exhale, you don't exhale something that doesn't serve you, but if you want to, that's not a bad idea. But also maybe you exhale that same thing to everybody around you, to all beings on the planet, because we are all affected by what is going on right now. It is worldwide. Or maybe you simply just inhale what you need and exhale wellness to others, or health, good health to others. Because we're all in this together. may seem isolating and lonely to be in our houses every day and having our sense of rhythm and routine kind of uprooted in this time. But you can also take comfort in knowing that you're not alone in this. Everybody, everywhere, is affected by this. And by wishing and spreading that same thing that you desire for yourself, whether it be happiness, joy, peace, health, wellness, by sending that to everybody else, they'll feel it. And we can all absorb the goodness that each of us is sending out. Let it help us mentally make it through these times. You can stay here for as long as you like. But if you feel ready to move, just allow slow, gradual movements to come back to your body, however they happen. Maybe allowing your inhales to become slightly longer than your exhale. And then when you feel ready, with a nice deep inhale, you can roll to one side of your choosing, taking a longer, deeper exhale once you make your way there. And then when you feel ready, you can join me in a comfortable seated position. Bringing the hands to heart center, eyes closed, and gaze down. I'm grateful for each and every one of you and for being able to share this practice with you. May you be safe, may you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you live with ease. Namaste.